So how did you get this idea?
See, I mean, like, I'm from an electronics background. My friends are from an electrical background. So we all were in the same room. One thing that ignites us is about discussing about technology and how it can advance and all that. We were constantly, it's like the hunger kids who are looking for something to satisfy or quench their thirst sort of thing. So that time we used to work with a lot of electronics for you, do all the circuits of them. And then we have Natesh, who was very proficient by then in electronics already. He was looking like how transistor revolutionized electronics. Similarly, that's when things called IGBT. It's called insulated gated bipolar transistor. So IGBT started coming into power electronics. So what you did with electronics for low power, you could do with high power. So that felt like aha moment. This is going to have a future. So if you start working on this, definitely it does. Okay, and then, but why should you start a company? I generally give this as the reason. Creative freedom. I would like to do what I would like to do. I don't want somebody else to tell me what I should do because I have a lot of interest. So if you have a lot of interest and if you want to do all that you want to do, then I think entrepreneurship is the only way.
So generally people say like entrepreneurs, they are professional or educational qualification is not necessary to become an entrepreneur or something, but in your case it's like quite the opposite, where your technical background has actually
helped you.
It helped you a lot.
Okay, that's why I told you. What is important is your inquisitiveness. It's your constant thirst, and you find what is satisfying at that point of time. Probably we found technology at that point of time, so we adapted and we molded ourselves to go into that stream. If you would have probably found that thirst being satisfied in commerce, you would have gone into that. The trigger point is not technology. The trigger point is the constant search and intention to express yourself through them. So I think where you meet and whom you meet, they guide you on the path.
During the initial period, you said you are wholly self-funded.
Yeah.
So you don't have any other investors coming in.
Yes.
So how did you start initially? Means for the starting phase, because that's the most difficult phase without finance.
And I will add one more difficulty to this. All of us are married and we have kids. That makes entrepreneurship very difficult. You have to carefully plan. So in our case, what we did was that we had money for one thing that helped us is experience, and we had money only for 2 months and for one product. So that's what we had. So that's why I said scarcity is a demon of innovation. So it forces you to succeed. We have only one product. We have money for only one product, and it must work the very first time you switch on. And we made it happen. It's a tightrope walk. Planning ahead is very, very important, and executing as per the plan and your experience, all that helps.
So what were like the difficulties you faced initially? You said that your funding was again a problem.
Yes.
And your difficulties, and again the main thing what we like to know is how did you like face them? How did you get the motivation or the courage to?
Yeah. So it is like it's like this. Once you are out in the open, say in the forest, you are supposed to secure yourself. It is only at that until that point you make the decision: am I going to go out or stay in the cage, eating meat pieces that is thrown at me every day? You make the choice. But once you open the doors and you're out, you got to secure yourself, or you're going to be eaten. So, of course, the difficulties were there, but then we were mandated to succeed. There was no option. In our case, I told you we were all married, we had families, so we had to feed them, we had to pay school fees for our kids and all that. So success was becoming very crucial, and that means we are very, very careful at that point of moment. So that's why I'm saying, I repeatedly say that scarcity makes you feel like it is very crucial to win. So we were extremely careful at that point of time. So we didn't deviate much. Every measure was like, probably, I'll tell you one example. There is something called the powering up of the product. So this is a very high power. You touch it, you'll probably get a very heavy shock. So we took 15 days to power up the panel slowly, because a failure means that we have to invest in the product again. So that kind of a carefulness helped us solve difficulty. And once, say, this is like, you know, how you start the generator, you know, the handle with the, it's like once you start, it starts rolling. But then the problem is, sustaining it is another challenge. So the first challenge or the first difficulty might always look like, will we make the product? Once you make the product, it will be like, will we sell the product? Once you sell the product and you have a first successful installation, that's when you'll know that the world around is not so happy about you. That they are not happy that you're succeeding. There are people who want to derail you. We face huge competition. And people, when they think that this is our initial days, and they see a competitor who can grow up, they try every way to eliminate them. So hitting out at the competition, still staying relevant in the market was a big challenge. So I think these are the difficulties, but to overcome your difficulties, I think you need to be very careful during your planning. So that's just like Abraham Lincoln says, if I'm given an axe and tasked to cut a tree, if I have 10 hours, I'll spend 8 hours sharpening my axe. So plan. That's the only way, and use your experience to guide you.
So the next question is, like, what was the first time you thought that your startup is a hit now? What was the first benchmark you reached that you thought it's a success now?
The first benchmark was when the first customer got excited. So I mean, like, see, that's one benchmark, but you know, startup and bringing up a kid is same. Probably you may not feel what I feel because you're on the other side. It's just like bringing up your kid. You enjoy every moment of it. It walks, it talks, it eats, everything you like it. So everything is a moment for you, but a benchmark moment for us was when the first customer felt very happy, and then when we signed our first research product with Thermax. So Thermax is like so huge company that the CTO of that company came down here, spoke to us, and he was convinced that we could make his product. So those were a couple of benchmark moments.
So again, like you have, you said 5 members are there in your team.
Yes.
How is your rapport and how do you
That's
work?
a big challenge. You have to maintain it, and yeah, of course we argue a lot, we have differences, but at the end of the day, you have to think, why did you come out, why did you take this risk? You have a common goal, and we are all focused towards that. I think that helps.
So the common goal helps you to
See, there are always advantages, disadvantages of every combination that you can have. If you're single, nobody is there to fight you, but every work is there for you to do. If you're 5 people, you can grow in 5 directions, but 5 different kind of thoughts also apply. I think with your age, you have to mature. Yeah.
employment versus entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
And whether should we like start getting into entrepreneurship right after we pass out of the college, or will you like suggest go for the job for some 5 or 6 years,
Have your own experience first.
and then come back and start something, or like
Yeah. See, from the pain point I have, what I see is that I feel now I should have immediately come out of college and kickstart it. But on the other hand, I feel it's because of my experience, I'm able to bootstrap and grow to this scale. So I think it's 50-50 from an experience perspective. You should not take too much time. Then your basic duties start adding up more and more, and you need a commitment every month, which you need to definitely. If you're bachelors, all you need is 10,000 rupees and probably one room and a lungi to be perfect. If you're a software company, you don't need even a face and a good dress. Probably your room is a start. So I think you should start up before you get married. My suggestion is, don't jump. If you have an excellent idea, try to execute in your college days itself, and if it works out, start up immediately. but the problem is you will be looted by investors if you start immediately out of the college, because you don't have the understanding, you don't know, you will lose a huge part of your company in shares and all that. It's always good to have money, but then when you relax, if you have money, you'll relax and you'll overspend. And probably I can draw an example. You know housing.com.
Yes.
They spend 100 crores on an advertisement, and the company is not even worth that money now.
Do you have something to share to us?
Yeah,
Because
advice.
as an advice,
Yes, I'm okay. Don't get too deep into your books. Experiment, explore the world. Do what your heart asks you to do. I mean, like, I want to be a beggar for a day. Do it. Because that's what you long. I want to serve in a hotel for a day. Do it. Try it out. Don't limit yourself. Don't put a boundary in. Nobody can put a boundary except you for yourself. So once you break that barriers, you will discover a lot of happiness. And I think entrepreneurship is a lot of struggle and a lot of hardships, but there is some sort of an happiness that is there in a corner of your heart all the time, glowing you. So break out your barriers, explore yourself, explore the world, and don't limit yourself. Would be what I say.